Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Thanks for joining me here today. We've got a pretty neat build, and this is a car I've been wanting to get a hold of for a while. This is a Porsche Redline 917. Now, this is a really cool car, and I've been looking for this one for a while. And I happened to get one here from a friend of mine that said, here, do something with this. So let's go ahead and get into this. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's got to be done to this car. So let's not delay anymore. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Grab your favorite adult beverage and join along and sit back and enjoy. And let's transform this Porsche 917 Redline and restore it to its original condition. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already drilled the car apart. Looks like somebody went to town with a marker on this bad boy. Let's go ahead and pry it apart a little bit there. Fortunately, there's a little lip where you can take it apart. And the glass, there we go, got that out of there. Now it's missing the back glass that covers the engine, so we'll have to order a new one there. Now this has the small short post, so we're going to have to take our time with this and use a 1/16 inch bit for the 1-72 screws. The base is in pretty good shape, but this one cap wheel in the front has a chunk missing out of it. I could replace it, but who knows. The windshield here and the lights and everything, we got some coloring to get off there. Interior looks in really good shape. Fortunately, that windshield isn't broken. And like I said, the back glass is missing that covers the engine. Now, the former paint job looked like it was antifreeze or a lime green, but we're probably going to do a color swap.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Let's go ahead and dip this in the embalming fluid and get rid of all that old paint and all that old color on there. Make sure you cover everything really good, especially since we're going to be doing a color swap. Dip it completely and then let it run off and get rid of the excess. Make sure you get enough in there to cover that engine with all that other color in there. We're going to let this sit a little longer than normal just to make sure it's going to take that stuff off there. All right, let's move on. Here's the windshield and the lights. We're going to stick this in some Super Clean. I've been using Super Clean a lot lately to remove any kind of contamination on glass or any excess paint that I really want to get rid of as far as on the base parts or anything. And here we're going to take this base and we're going to stick it in the lime-away and water mixture. Now that's a 50-50 mixture, and we're going to let it set for approximately 3 to 3.5 minutes. Don't let it sit too much longer than that, folks, because if you do, it's liable to turn the base black or it chemically stains it. And once you do that, it's really hard to get it out of there. So please be careful with that. Keep an eye on it and then go from there, and once it's done, you'll be able to scrub it down with a brass brush. Let's go ahead and speed this up. We'll get the base out of the lime-away mixture and we'll scrub it down with a brass brush, and then we'll polish it here in a bit. Here we're going to clean up the body. I'm using a little bit of sandpaper, some fine sandpaper, to go over some of the rough spots on the car. I believe it's about 800 grit. Just try and take care of the rough spots and take out some of that toning. Now I'm using some steel wool, and we're trying to finish up the car by making it look a little nicer, get some of those scratches out of there. This is actually going to turn out very nice. I mean, it wasn't looking good at first. There was an awful lot of toning there. This is really starting to look good. Almost all the toning is gone now. That looks great. Now let's go ahead and polish this bad boy up. We're going to use the flits, and I absolutely love my flits. This works fantastic. I recommend it highly to anybody who wants to do polishing on metal. Just use a little bit though, because a little bit goes a long way. And that's a little bit too much on the base there, but it's an awful big tube also. We'll share that with the other car. There we go. We'll go ahead and get that polished up. Let's go ahead and speed this up. That looks fantastic. That's really going to come through when we put the paint job on there. The base looks fine also. That turned out really nice. That looks really good. I'm very pleased with that. Get yourself some flits, folks. It's a fantastic product. Now we're going to cover the base with some Renaissance wax. This is what's used in the museum industry, in the jewelry industry, etc. Just a little tiny bit. Rub it on with your finger or a cloth. Cover all the surface that you don't want to get tarnished anymore. And then wipe it down with a cloth. That's all you have to do. You can find this on my Amazon Marketplace page. This prevents your car or anything that you've polished already that you're not going to be painting to have a protective coat on there so it doesn't tarnish anymore. And like I said, this is what they use in the museum industry or the jewelry industry, etc. to keep a shine on that metal to where it doesn't tarnish anymore. It's a really cool product, excuse me. But go ahead to my Amazon Marketplace page and you'll be able to find the Renaissance wax. Works fantastic. I love it. Let's go ahead and move on. Here's the body. We cleaned it up. We scrubbed it down with a little bit of sandpaper, but mostly just using steel wool. Then we polished it up. Go ahead and spray underneath the underside and make sure you get in all the fender wells and everything. We're going to go ahead and change this car from that antifreeze color into a blue. Now make sure you put the light mist coats on there. You want to just put those tack coats on there to give the other paint that you spray on here in a bit something to hold on to. So we're going to give it a nice light coat. And then we're going to let it set for about 15 minutes. That'll give it time to start to set up, and then the other coat you put on will have something, like I said, to hold on to, and you'll be able to give it some nice saturation coats to make it look really good. We'll let that set for a few minutes and then we'll get back to it. Let's go ahead and move on.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Let's go ahead and do the wheel swap. There we go. Get your razor knife. Follow the tire over. All these are cap style wheels. Follow it over to the edge. Push it down and give it a twist. Some are a little easier than others here. There you go. Like I said, this one here's got a broken edge on the inside portion of the cap wheel. I could change it out, but it didn't involve trimming the axle and stuff like that, and I really didn't want to get that involved with it. Now, what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to put a little bit of modeling glue on the inside of the tire just to hold it on. Yeah, you can see where that section is not there anymore. It just won't hold onto the wheel. So like I said, a little bit of modeling glue and it'll fit on there well. Just go ahead and push the cap out to the edge there and snap that new wheel in place. Yeah, definitely needs a little bit of glue. It's going to look awesome though, for sure. Let's move on. And here we have all the parts. Here's the body. Put some decals on there, but these are actually stickers. That way there, if I want to remove them later, I can. But they look really good. I love the way that blue paint turned out. Here's the base. We glued on that one wheel, and again, just a little tiny bit, so I can get it off later if I want to. Here's the glass. Now that turned out beautiful after getting it out of the super clean. Here's the replacement part that I got from the Redline shop. And here's the interior all cleaned up. Let's put everything together and we'll have our reveal. And here's what we started with. This Porsche Redline 917. In definite need of a restoration. I mean, somebody went through with a marker and colored it all up to include the glass and the lights and everything else. And it's in really, really rough shape. We took the car apart. We cleaned everything. We polished the body. We polished the base. We put the windshield in the super clean, and that definitely took off that black marker there on the outside. We ordered a new back glass from the Redline shop. We put brand new wheels on there from the Redline shop. And we colored it with Spectre Flame Blue. Again, also from the Redline shop. Majority of the things that I get for these cars, folks, that's where I get them. John has a wonderful web page, and he provides a lot of parts and pieces and things to help you with your customs and restoration. And here's what we got to. Look at this beautiful restoration. That blue Spectre Flame paint, the new decals we put on there, the brand new Redline tires, the brand new glass in the back, and we detailed up the back end. This car turned out absolutely amazing, and again would be a proud member of anybody's collection. Now, I challenge you to go ahead and start this hobby if you haven't already. It's 2021. It's time to do something new and get involved with things. This is a lot of fun, folks. Now, if you have any questions, leave a comment in the comments of the video, and I read every single one, I promise. If I can answer it, I will get back to you. Now, I do have an Amazon Marketplace page if you need supplies. And this is just a convenience I provide, so you can go to this place and you can look and see what parts that I use that may help you with your hobby. This video was brought to you by the Redline Shop. The Redline Shop offers a complete line of decals, tools to take your car apart, put them back together, replacement hoods, replacement glass, those beautiful Redline tires, and of course the world famous Spectre Flame paints. Fantastic products. The Redline Shop at www.redlineshop.com, where Redlines come to life. I want to say thank you for joining me today on Diecast Graveyard. We had a fun build here, and I look forward to doing more builds so you have the enjoyment of watching and hopefully joining along. If you got something you want to have restored, or if you want to send me some cars for future videos, just get a hold of me in the comments. My name is Paul with Diecast Graveyard. Cheers.